When I was going to the gym and sometimes I was working out for 3 hours uh, in a day, the next day I also was planning to go to the gym, but I just couldn't because my body just said no. Like, even if I wanted to go to the gym, I couldn't. And there were good reasons for me to like train for a long amount of time, so that wasn't unreasonable. I just had to do it. But the next day I just couldn't even like move. I was so like, my body was so exhausted, and it was like shocked because I wasn't ever training for such a long time. My body just was like, I don't care what you plan to do, I'm just not going to do it because I just felt so exhausted. And I've watched like 3 movies and TV shows, and literally it's about like how you want to do something but your body just doesn't want to do it, can't do it. And I could relate to that. For example, I watched Simone Biles Rising on Netflix, and on a Tokyo Olympiad she wanted to do this, her like routine, and she just couldn't because she had mental blocks. And she exited the championship because she knew that her mind is just not gonna let her do what she was training for like years. It's like called twisties, and in gymnastic it means when you want to do some exercise but your body does not listen to your mind, and literally just does not obey your mind. Also, in documentary of Celine Dion, she was grieving the loss of her voice. She can't sing anymore. She's trying her hardest to bring back her voice, and she has been struggling with her voice for a very long time. And basically everyone I'm talking about in this video was devastated because they want to do something but their body won't let them do it. For example, in the Netflix documentary Receiver about NFL receivers, they get injured a lot, and even if they like really like would give anything to just go to the field and play and win, they just can't, because if they will do it, they can be traumatized for the rest of their lives. If they risk it, they might go to the field, but they might get injury that will not allow for them to ever play again. So I was just thinking about it. Also, in the documentary Simone Biles Rising, she was talking about mental health and how it's important to prioritize your mental health over expectations of others. Also, there was a brilliant moment that showcased that it's easy to be an underdog. She just had a lot of fun, and now she's expected to win all the time, and people want her to be this always winning gymnast and the greatest of all time, when she's fighting for her right to just be human. She was talking about her first Olympiad when she won 5 medals. She said that she was having the time of her life because there were no expectations for her, and she just had like this great experience. But time and time again, people just automatically assume that she is gonna win, and when she does not, they're like disappointed and hateful and being the worst ever. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. For example, everyone who has ever achieved big success in their field, in their profession, at first they were unfamous, they were not known by a large amount of people, and they just did whatever they wanted to do. They just could do whatever, fail, win, nobody would pay attention. But since they've been consequently just winning, people start to put like this immense amount of pressure on you, and it is not good for your mental health. She said that I've blocked all my comments on Instagram, so you can't write good comments, you can write bad comments. And she was like, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna like do good and perform well, because even if people praise you, it's still expectations. And if people hate you, it just does sometimes sink in your head. And no matter how much you want to brush it off, that thought of like, oh, people hate me, it's still like in your mind somewhere. You can pretend like you don't care, but then in the end of the time, it still hurts, you know? It's like what Kylie Jenner was talking about. Like, she is used to getting hateful comments, and she did really like brush it off all the time, and she like, other people's opinion doesn't matter, they don't know me, blah blah blah. But there is a time when they just get you, you know, like it's just too much for a person to bear. One person, and like what, she has like 1 billion people like watching her and commenting on her body and appearance and face and this and that and this and that, and it's just like too noisy and too, it's like so many opinions that they did not ask for, you know? And Simone Biles said that people nowadays get too comfortable commenting whatever is on their mind, and it's not okay, because did she ask for their opinion? No. I think just people need to be kinder, and people are, why are you like this? Like, I really genuinely don't understand people who like comment bad stuff. Like, what are you wasting your life on? Get your fucking life and like just mind your business, I guess. I hope that this video inspired you to watch Celine Dion I Am documentary, Simone Biles Rising documentary, and Receiver documentary, because they are really worth watching. And Simone Biles also talks about sexual abuse, and if you need help with mental health or sexual abuse, you can go to the site that was at the end of the documentary and get help. So I think these movies really are relatable, because if you are in sports, you can hugely relate to NFL receivers, because they talk about their life work balance. They talk about, it's just very interesting, you know? And I never knew like one thing about football, American football, like ever. But since I watched the documentary, I'm like, oh my god, it's actually can be interesting. Like, it actually can be exciting and interesting, because I knew like nothing, except of course that Travis Kelce is the boyfriend of Taylor Swift and he plays for Kansas City Chiefs, because Swifties can relate. Like, for a lot of Swifties, like, we know nothing about NFL except for like Travis Kelce, you know? And I never understood why people watch American football, but like, it's actually pretty exciting, because it was so interesting to watch. And they're like people who star there, like you know, these 5 receivers, they're so cute. I mean, I had a huge crush on like George Kittle, and Devontae and Debo. Oh my god, they're so nice as people. They're so, why I love George Kittle, I think he, you know, when I watched him, I was like, he has to have number 22 in his like date of birth, and he does have 22 like in his year of birth. And I was like, he is like the representation of Zero Tarot Arcane. Like, I don't know how that translates, but like he just has that childish spirit that I really like. Devontae is like so handsome. I was like, why are you so handsome? And also Debo has such a nice personality. I'm like, why are you so fucking nice? Like, why are all of you so motivated and great and just... And also the one who like loves chains and diamonds, like all of them are like great. Like I fell in love with all of them. So it was good to know their personalities, because before that I knew like nothing about them, and they're definitely worth knowing about. And their wives are like amazing, and girlfriends. I followed all their wives, because, you know, wives' Instagram is always better than man's Instagram. So I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for watching, and bye.